Днес ви казвам здравейте директно от шоурумът на Hyundai в София, защото предстои премиерата на Hyundai Concept THREE. Да, същият онзи, който за няколко секунди само ми показах в Мюнхен, а днес ще разгледаме отблизо.
Of course, we have the opportunity to say hello to host Mr. The president of Hyundai Motor Europe, and the whole team of designers. We will have who is the head of exterior design.
Thank you very much and good afternoon. Less than 1 year from now, so it's not that much in the future, it's really becoming months. When you look at what Hyundai stands for, really always design and technology come. We're very happy because this is like the first car that will launch in a wave of 5 all-new models coming from the next summer until, let's say, late in 2027. And so it's a really a wave of new models coming and showing how, let's say, ambitious Hyundai is in Europe. And we're very happy to show you this concept car here in Bulgaria because our Bulgarian distributor is one of our best distributors all over Europe. So we're very happy to spend the last few hours and days, I can say, with you guys and really seeing how ambitious you are and how much you want to really represent the brand as well as you can.
Hello everyone, also welcome from my side. I'm in charge of the exterior design team in Europe because the Concept THREE is designed in Europe for Europe. Let's go a little bit backward though, before going into the details of the concept car. 2 months ago we unveiled the car at the ER in Munich and it was a great success. And of course, at Hyundai we never do show cars just for the sake of doing show cars. We always want to preview what is coming next. And in this case, it's the Hyundai 3. But for us, the Concept THREE is even more. It's not just a car preview, it's a vision for the Hyundai brand for the future. Every car we design has one main important element, the customer. We call this customer-centric design, because each car we design has to be designed for the target customer, has to be designed for them and for their lifestyles. Around about 1 year ago, we launched the Concept Inizio, and this one actually, together with the Concept THREE, were designed at the same time. Inizio came out first. And with this car, we showed for the first time the art of steel design language. Really simple design, and it's inspired exactly by the metal, with 3 sheets of metal intersecting to each other. Then, at the beginning of the process, we started sketching after the inspiration, and this is our way to communicate the ideas on paper. And these are actually the original sketches. We don't polish them again for the press. These are the real ones, and you can see already the design clues they brought us to the concept. Then let's go now into details of the car. The pixel still plays an important role for our EV lineup and Ioniq, and you will find it again here on the Concept THREE. Before going ahead, let's watch this video. Immediately you realize that it's not another SUV. It's more like an aero hatch, combining the sport attitude but with a very well executed surfaces that brought us to the aero number of 0.26 for the car, so very efficient. But more than that, you see the sporty look with the low front, long bonnet, slanted windshield, the arrow profile towards the back, combined with the ducktail at the rear. Front wheels 21 inches, rear wheel 22 inches on the concept car. And then, if we go to the front, you see the pixels that I mentioned before. There's actually a full panel in the front. It's not just the lamps, but it's a panel that later creates some animations for you. In the upper part, you see the hidden DRL. When the lamps are off, you don't see any lamps on the car. Just shapes. That's why we want to have this purity even one more time. And then in the center, we have the 4 pixels to remind again in the Morse alphabet that is the H that stands for Hyundai. So triple the rear, again there are 2 steel shapes around, and then the ductile which is transparent, so you have a glass on top and transparency in the roller that are embracing the pixels themselves for the rear lamp. And in the lower part we have this huge diffuser, and the details you see in the center, you see them better on the shoulder later, are speakers. On the EVs we need to have speakers to have sound for safety. And in this case we wanted to celebrate it, to almost show it as a jewelry. So it's not hidden, but it's actually there, of course, mimicking the exhaust from the combustion engine cars. But in this case, it's a pure speaker. The center one is the main sound of the engine, and the other side, they are the kind of ambient sound. Let's go to the interior quickly. So as for the exterior, we have the auto steel design language. In the interior, we apply the curve of upholstery, which means, again, each element of the interior has been designed as a design object. Something that you could put in your living room, also almost as a furniture that you kind of assemble in the car, but in harmony. And when you see the side view, this line that comes from the C-pillar continues on the seats when you open the door. There's a kind of link between exterior and interior. And like I was saying, each element has been designed independently, but then combined in the interior in an harmonious way. One of the key elements for us is safety. So we wanted to reduce all the elements to just the essence what you really need for driving. And the motto of the interior is hands on the wheel, eyes on the road. So therefore, all the info you need that's surrounded around the steering wheel, just to create less distraction as possible. And we did that by creating these 8 widgets. It's something that you can customize, you can bring your own lifestyle into the car, but also they have the main information you need, and they're always there next to your hands, with kind of big button, easy to reach. Also that you can see the seat design, very comfortable, at the same time very sporty for your back. The center console with this handle that you can grab when you decide to go faster. And then we have our character, Mr. Biggs. You will find him hidden here and there around the car. He became digital, and I will show you later if you can find them. There's also other little Easter eggs around the car. Feel free to go around and look for them. And there it is, Concept 3. So it's a pleasure to be here with you today. I'm going to see you around, so if you have further questions. But I would like to close just with the design quote. The design is not just what you see, it's what you feel, explore, and enjoy. Thank you very much.
So I guess you prefer to go see the car and ask questions.
In fact, both is very interesting and curious. We want to know everything about the new strategy, or is there a new strategy for Hyundai? Where are they going? We saw the new interface is coming, so we're very curious to know, is it coming here?
Yes.
It's coming here.
Yeah.
Is it going to be 400 volts or 800 volts?
Oh, we haven't said it officially.
We're waiting for
No,
it.
I know, but the thing is, we'll reveal the definitive vehicle in April, and then we're going to start producing it normally in August. So it's coming pretty fast.
How close is that to the production car? Like 80%?
The exterior is quite close. The exterior is quite close. Obviously, the windows will not be yellow, and the spoiler is not going to be that big, but it's you'll recognize the car very much. The interior
Are the seats
here,
any close to the production version?
no, the interior is different. They went a bit far.
Okay.
But the exterior, the dimensions, the body type is very close to the definitive model. And again,
What's the target price going to be? Is LFP battery coming?
Colors, because this steel vision is so impressive. Are there different colors?
A different what?
Colors.
Colors. Yes. We'll sell it in other colors than gray.
And in terms of, you said that the European market is reclining in terms of just searching for EVs. How does this Concept 3 react to it? How does it answer to the European market?
It's right now the EV mix is higher in fleet than in private sales, and we also need to offer, let's say, vehicles to private customers who actually fit their needs. And again, like the fact that you're going with an EV platform enables you to really make the most of the platform. So again, I want to give you numbers. I want to give you the range and stuff like that. I cannot today. I should not, and I should not, because otherwise there'll be nothing to talk about in April when we present the car.
So like I was saying in the presentation, you see the purity of the simple surfaces, the beauty of simple surfaces. Recently we've been overloading cars with features and features to hide the volumes, but actually with the Concept 3 we wanted to simplify the complete opposite. And you see the main gesture, when we say art of steel, is because this really looks like a sheet metal curved, not bent, not stressed, just gently curved, intersecting with this and with this one. So almost
But
two
how,
lines.
when you add colors to it, because I suppose
Yeah.
when you put it into production version, it's going to
Yes.
have some colors.
Yeah.
How will this form? How will this steel philosophy live up to it? How will it continue to live after you put it for like in a blue or in a gray?
Yeah, the simplicity stays. Of course, with colors is a different approach than with the steel color or steel metal. At the same time, we spend so many hours perfecting the highlights that the art of steel is more a philosophy rather than just the material itself. So with the steel, you can really create these shapes. Then, of course, you can choose your color. But we really spend endless hours to perfect it, because when something is simple, it's extremely difficult to hide problems, because it's so simple that that's what you see, that's what you get. So we really spend hours to have this sort of light running through completely around the car. And it seems simple, but actually you're going across three complete different sections of surfaces, but the core is actually one. And to do this, you need to spend a lot of hours trying to mill the model, check it with the highlights and so on.
And what is the thing about the Concept 3 that you're most proud of? The thing that when you see it, it's like, oh, it's my baby. I'm most proud of this.
Of course, the purity and the simplicity, but for me, when you look at the car from the rear, that is my best view. Because you see the big wheels, you see the stance on the wheels, you see how wide it is, how good it sits on the wheels, and also, of course, the ductile at the back, transparent, which is a clever way to have two glasses, so you still see through, but you have this spoiler at the rear that not only is cool to see, but is actually very effective for downforce.
And how much of this design, the diffuser, the glass wing is gonna go into the production line? Because obviously there are some, I think, construction policies that would not let this go out in the streets as it is now.
Yeah.
So,
okay. As you know, I cannot go in details because the car comes next year. I can tell you the doors will not open like this. We usually open the doors like that, like a book, to show the interior better. Because otherwise, if you open in a traditional way on the concept car, you really don't see what's happening inside. I can tell you that the car is 70-80% close to production than this. And one little detail I want to show before we are talking about downforce. If you come here and you go here, we have the speakers. Of course, we don't hide the sound. We're just actually proud of it. We designed the sound of the car as well. And then this one made the downforce
yes,
be with you.
I wanted to ask, who's your customer? Because obviously you've put a lot of gadgets, made of downforce be with you, different interesting lights, etc. So does that mean that Ioniq 3 is made for a little bit of younger audience? Maybe not families or old people, just
Ideally, it's a combination of both, because of course this may downforce be with you. It's maybe more for my generation than the younger generation, but the way we express it, we try to cover both young families, but also younger people. Sometimes we forget that, of course, cars are becoming expensive, bigger, and so on. But actually, the young people is the next generation of customers. You need to attract them to the brand in any way you can. And then of course we have the pixels, we always have this in our EVs. In this case we play with colors. You see they're not the same colors, they're kind of fading to give a bit more three-dimensionality to the pixel itself. So it's not just a graphic, it's a three-dimensional object. Maybe Max, Luis, where is Luis? So you see in the interior, when you have the door closed here, the line that comes from the C-pillar is actually continuing on the seat. I come that way.
Yes, I see it. I see the line.
Yes. So this line that comes from the body is actually continuing in the seat. And it's a sort of way to combine interior and exterior together when you open the door. So when you close this, you see the intention of having this line that continues then in the seat.
And how much of the design is just design and how much is functionality? Because you see, for me, this line here with this one is purely design. It doesn't have any function.
Yeah.
So how much, if you can...
I think it's always a combination. If you do only design, you just attract, you go on the taste, you like it or you don't like it. But Luis, can we play the animation later? Yes. So we can show the widget.
We'll just start over.
Yeah. So yeah, as my colleague is here now, you can see the widgets moving and the seat going closer to the car.
This is an automatic...
Yes, when you go sporty mode, then you go closer to the steering wheel, everything comes closer to you because you need to be focused only on driving. And you know, design and function, they work together. If you do only function, it's a pure engineering object. If you do design, it's only about taste. When you combine the two and you find the right balance, then you have the best result. Because of course we know that the car is the second most object in terms of money that you spend in your life. So you really need to buy it, not only with the wallet, but with your heart as well. Then here...
Very interesting design philosophy.
Yeah.
That's why I asked you who is it made for, because obviously it's a bit of a lounge car, but at the same time it's more of a city based because of the technology. You know, it's not made for road trips that are going to be like 1,000 kilometers and so on. So
it's a bit a sporty car, but also you see the seats are quite sporty. I mean, we also, you know, this crafted with love. But you see in the back, we thought about the children. There's actually a video game console that you can take it from the rear and play during the journeys.
and why did you decide on the non-panoramic roof, or is it going to have one? Because obviously most cars that are of a compact segment, a B segment, they prefer to have panoramic.
But actually in the concept we really wanted to show more the steel effect of wrapping and protection. Also being sport is very low. But also because we have already two glasses at the back, the yellow tinting, which is something that it's very punchy from the outside, but actually when you see now here in the yellow one, it's actually quite relaxing. You don't really see it in your camera. It's the same when you put these sunglasses that we use today. They're quite fashionable. You also have this relaxation somehow. You're not, and this was the intention with the glass. So rather focusing on the main elements than having a glass roof just for the sake of glass roof. And also the interior was already so light in terms of color and trim, then we didn't need to have a glass. It's very airy already. Yeah, usually when we do a concept car, the exterior is quite close to production. The interior for us is always an opportunity to have it more like a lab, to experiment more. So the interior is not close to the production car. But this also pushes the company to the next level. It's not the interior of this one, but maybe some things you will see in the next generation of cars. So we always use it as a lab. Same for the materials. You see, we have this screen here, kind of companion, but you can also give messages to the car next to you. Sometimes not nice messages. It depends on the way.
It depends on how they drive.
And this aluminium foam, just to recycle the aluminium during the process.
And I can see the battery pack. I mean,
exactly.
Like kilowatts, 1 kilowatt, so it's gonna be.
Yes, it's like the sound. You know, we usually we tend to hide the technology because it makes it more simple. In this case, it's an EV, it's an electric car. Let's show that it's quite cool to show that you're proud of your technology.
And what is in the interior? What do you feel like it's the most cool part of this car right now as it is? Because I can see here, for example, this is for the
for the seatbelt. Yes.
For the seatbelt, yeah, and it's looking uniquely. The seats they're looking uniquely. So what is the most unique part?
I think for me it has to be the widgets because I've never seen anything like that before. It's something that, you know, imagine almost like you bring your phone and you put it next to you, like you're in your home and not in a car. And the fact that you can exchange it, you can put whatever you want. The seat is cool, the driving console is cool. For me, it's a combination. It's actually an object that works very well in the exterior and the interior. You see all these curvatures?
Yes.
You can find them here. You can find them here. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can find it here, here. So it's very coherent design, exterior and interior.
Very interesting. I'm curious to see how the world will, grow onto the design that is. These manufacturers now are trying to introduce fun into the interior, which is contrary to sometimes to paying attention on the road. So you have to have balance. How fun is going to be inside, so that you don't make a mess outside.
Exactly, exactly. This is the challenge. So we are ready.
Obviously,
the camera, the mirror with the little details everywhere, the smile to unlock, the may the downforce be with you, like in the rear. Also, the lamps in the front are very interesting. When the lamps are off, you don't see any light because it's just reflecting on the body. You see.
And now there is something showing.
And then there's showing here.
Or, just because
No. This is an animation. Is running. It's a full screen behind in pixel. And then we use it as messages, animations, lamps. We can have multi-functions. Then, of course, the 4 pixels for the Morse alphabet, for the representing the H of Hyundai. The wheel, extremely sporty wheel, but also aero. So not to forget the range.
So very, very nice. Thank you very much
You're welcome.
for this.
Yep, no problem.